Hey guys, thanks for joining me here at the Roomy Alliance. Today we're talking about that sweet bear gear to grab on your way to level 70. So I'm not talking about any of the level 70 dungeon gear here, so this isn't going to be a BIS list, but it is going to be a good place to start, and as it happens, a lot of the stuff is going to be part of your BIS list, just because that's the way druids work. Engineers are going to have the benefit of making this helmet, as well as some other stuff later on, that are going to be almost as good as your tier 4 piece. If you want threat, it's actually going to be a better piece. Alternatively, a fantastic piece you can get is the Silent Purple Hat. You'll see every druid wearing this, unless they're engineers. It does kind of break my rules because the pattern drops out of the Shadow Labs and it's BOP, but I'm sure you'll find them up on the auction house. And then the other way you could do is Tyron Gorfiend quest out in Shadowmoon Valley. And if you do a lot of dungeons out there in Auchendown, you can pick up 18 Spirit Shards and grab this piece as well. For your neck, the Necklace of the Deep is the best thing you can find, better than anything else you can buy with badges. It may not exist at launch though, as it was added in, I think, 2.1 or something like that. Otherwise, you should grab the Mark of the Ravenlord from a quest in Sethic Halls. It's the best thing before some badge gear, and it is a fantastic piece, and you're going to need to run Sethic Halls anyways. And that is because you're going to want to get the shoulder pads of assassination off the last boss. Try not to upset too many rogues grabbing these. Alternatively, before you get these, maybe you can pick up the Demon Hide shoulders off the auction house cheap. There's some other things you can get in between, but you're going to have to gem them, and it's a waste of money. For your back, you're definitely going to want to pick up either the Bogstrok Cloak in Slave Pens, or the Cloak of the Valiant Defender from a Netherstorm quest. That's part of the Archmage Vargoth quest chain, which is a fantastic experience if you find yourself out in Netherstorm. Not as good as the Bogstrok Cloak, though, which I know you're going to be spending time in the Slave Pens getting that rep up. So I'm sure all the druids out there already know about the Heavy Cleft Hoof set, but hey, you can't beat it. Aside from that, while you're questing, getting that rep up out there with the Snaring Expedition, you can grab that Halberg. They both require Honored with the Snaring Expedition. For bracers, you're really not going to have a lot of options. Umberhauer's Collar is clearly the best pick. There's some stuff that's better than it that's going to require some serious level 70 work. But the Cypher third fragment is like 16 quests deep out there in Shadowmoon Valley. It is a slog. Good luck. There's not really anything before that other than the Bracers of Finesse from Hellfire Ramparts, which you should probably pick up on the way. I know I said bracers were bad, but you're going to have even less choices for gloves before 70, and even at 70 there isn't very much great options. But on the way in the Grand, you got these two pairs of gloves, Caustic Feelers, Smuggler's Mitts, Alliance Horde side. Alternatively, you could grab these gloves from Netherstorm, or the ones from the Slave Pens. It doesn't really make much of a deal. They're basically the same stat-wise and defensive-wise. I hope I didn't forget to mention that you're going to be spending a lot of time out in Shadowmoon Valley. This quest, Enraged Spirits of Air, is going to give you the Manimal Cinch, a fantastic druid tanking belt. Before you get this one out there, I would recommend getting the other belt from Hellfire Ramparts. For your pants, you are absolutely going to want to get the Heavy Cleft Hide leggings. Alternatively, on your way to getting those or working on getting them, the Ash Tempered Leg Guards are a very solid choice. You're going to get those from a Thwart the Dark Conclave quest out in Shadowmoon Valley. It's about 7 quests deep in a completely different chest chain. In fact, all of the quest chains that I've mentioned so far are completely different ones. You cannot work on one hoping you're going to get 2 of these rewards from it. They're different ones. It sucks, I know. Once again, here we got the Heavy Cleft Hide coming in for the boots. And then alternatively, if you don't get those right away, there's a quest out in Blades Edge Mountains. It's going to be in the northern part in that other small little camp. It's just a quick 2-quest chain to get these other pair of boots. On the rings, you're definitely going to have a couple of choices. The Iron Band of the Unbreakable from Old Hillsbrad Foothills is definitely the best choice. I do believe it is unique equipped, even though it doesn't say that here. So after that, I would go for a Delicate Eternium ring, followed by the Wind Trader ring from another Storm quest, and then a Heavy Adamantite ring is going to be real cheap if you just want to pick something up that's going to give you a lot of benefit. On weapons, you're going to have two choices. Staff of Beasts, easy to get, simple in the Grand Quest. I think you can get it at like 66, maybe it's 68. And if you can, find it on the auction house cheap. The Baraxis staff is going to be defensively much stronger than an Earth Warden, if you can believe it, although it is vastly inferior as far as offensive stats go. On the trinkets here, it's just going to depend on what profession you are, really. If you're an engineer, you're definitely going to be using a Goblin Rocket Launcher or a normal Pulveritizer for that extra stamina. If you are a Jewel Crafter, make the Living Ruby Serpent, although you're going to look like an idiot because it's intellect and spell power, but it's all about that stamina again. There's other trinkets that have stamina on it, but those are at level 70, and that's actually kind of easy to make. And then alchemists are going to make the alchemy stone. Besides that, Mark of Tyranny is going to be your best bet for a second one with that extra dodge and armor. If you're an enchanter, the armor from the Heart of the Mountain is pretty good. And then if you can't get your hands on any of that, you basically just pick up whatever defense trinket you can find. The quest from Hellfire, the Jewel Crafting Crab, or there's an easy quest out in Netherstorm. I just wanted to pop over to RAR here, just to show the gear in action, if you will. This is using Purple Hat, Raven Guard, Shoulder Pads of Assassination, got the Box Rock, Heavy Cleft Hoof. All these have only got the blue stam gems in them. And then Ember Howl, Staff of Beast, Assassination. Unfortunately, this doesn't actually go that low on the gloves to put the ones in there, so you're going to want to upgrade them quickly. Not to these, because Hand Grips of Assassination are really bad for tanking also. But Manimal Cinch, Cleft Hoof, Band of the Unbreakable. We got the Delicate Eternium, Mark of Tyranny, and a Debris in here, just because. And if you take a look here, we got 14k health, 18.5k armor. Probably want a little bit more armor. I mean, there's obviously room to pick it up in some places here. I mean, you upgrade the cloak too. But just looking at it, it's pretty solid. I mean, you're going to be uncrittable in this gear as well with that defense. And I had put on just the quick stamina enchants, heavy knothide armor. Nothing fancy, no. None of that 30 stamina stuff on here. I mean, you could pick up more if you were trying to raid in this. But if you were trying to raid in this, I mean, you get some raid buffs, of course. Devo, Kings. Just trying to get some armor. I mean, you're really lacking armor. Probably drink an armor pot with an Agipot. Eat some food. Be smart. Don't worry about any of that junk. I mean, you could put on some more stamina stuff. I mean, Grace of Error. If you got a Shaman, great stuff. Great stuff. That dodge and everything. But you have almost 21,000 armor with almost 17,000 health. You could totally raid Karazhan with a good group of guys in this stuff. And this is just gear you picked up questing. You haven't even done a single level 70 dungeon in this. I mean, you'd have to get into Karazhan. But this is all the gear that you're picking up on the way. And it's good stuff. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, we could switch it out for Baraxis. Where's that at? Baraxis. I mean, look at the huge difference it made in your armor if you bought that thing. This is definitely Kara ready bear right here. You could definitely do it. Alright guys, thanks for making it all the way to the end. I've got a gear list, big Excel spreadsheet setup down at the bottom for you to click on and take a look at if you want to take a look at it. Also, make sure if you liked the video and you thought it was helpful, hit that like button down below. It helps.